Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sonya's Prep. In this week's video, I'll take you along and show you how I meal prep for the week, kosher style obviously. Today is Saturday night. I usually would do this on a Sunday, but tomorrow's gonna be super crazy for our family. We have a lot to do, so I wanted to break up meal prep a little bit today on Saturday night, right after Shabbat, and a little bit tomorrow when I'll have the chance to do it. It's mostly going to be ingredient prep. I don't really prep meals because I'm never going to eat the same thing 2 or 3 times like you see most other people do it. I just like to prep my ingredients that I can mix and match them in different recipes and in different ways. I do have a couple of videos on my channel showcasing how I do that, and I'll link them up above and I'll link them below in the description box. So if you like these types of videos all about how I cook in my kitchen for my family, please give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new here, welcome, and I would love it if you would consider subscribing. Now let's get into the video. When meal prepping, I try to do as many things at one time as possible so that I can save myself some time. So here I'll be hard boiling some eggs, and in another bowl, I'll be making some pasta for my baked ziti. Moving right along into my third pot, I'll be cooking up some brown rice. I followed the instructions on the bag, and I think it said for 2 cups of rice, I needed to have 2.5 cups of water with some salt. Here I'm going to be making some quinoa. So I have 1 cup of washed quinoa that I'm placing into a pot with about 3/4 of a cup of water. Once everything is boiled and has absorbed most of its water, I'm going to be lowering the flame and adding in a paper towel and covering the lid up and putting a timer on for 20 minutes until it is fully cooked through. Now the pasta for the baked ziti is done. I'm just going to be splitting it up so it could cool off faster. To assemble the baked ziti, I used some ricotta cheese. I think it was like 75% full, and I used all of it. I then also added in some Hunt's tomato sauce, and I realized very quickly that I will not be able to mix everything in that Corningware container, so I'll be running off to the side to get a bigger bowl. Now that's much better. I'll be dumping everything inside and giving everything a very good mix. For the seasoning here, I used some salt, black pepper, and oregano, and I also added in some shredded cheese. I'm not really particular on the kind of cheese that I use. This is what I just had on hand at home. I think this was like a pizza blend cheese. So I'm going to be mixing everything up and placing it back into the Corningware pot. I place half of the pasta into the pot, sprinkle on some more cheese, finish it off by adding in the rest of the pasta, and of course some more cheese to top all of that. I don't bake it when I'm meal prepping. I leave it for the day that I actually want to make this. So this will be eaten on a Tuesday, and it's going to be all ready for me in the refrigerator. So I didn't mention this earlier. I'm only meal prepping for 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursdays is something very, very simple. Friday, we eat obviously Shabbat food. Saturday as well. And then on Sunday, it all begins again. Now it's basically time to put away everything that has been cooked and cooled off. So I have the hard-boiled eggs over there that I'll be placing into a glass bowl. Then I have the brown rice that's fully cooked through that I'll be placing into a Pyrex container. I'll have the lids that I'm using and the containers that I'm using linked down below if anyone is interested. And then I think I have the quinoa left over there, and we'll be getting started on the rest of the ingredients for the meal prep. As you can tell, I mostly meal prepped staple ingredients that I can very easily place into different recipes, and that'll cut my cooking time in half during the week. So for the quinoa, I could make a nice delicious tabbouleh salad. The hard-boiled eggs I can throw into salads as well. And now I'm going to be just placing everything away. Has anyone ever discovered something very weird that their kids placed into the refrigerator? I went and I opened it up and I saw Play-Doh. What was the weirdest thing that your kids have left for you in the refrigerator? I would love to know. Leave me a comment down below. Next up, we'll be getting started on these chicken drumsticks, and this is how I season it. I use some chicken seasoning from Costco with a citrus lime seasoning from Trader Joe's, some salt and black pepper, and I spray everything with a little bit of avocado spray. So again, I'll be covering this up with the lid and placing it into the refrigerator until I'm ready to cook with it. One of the other things that I love meal prepping for the beginning of the week is a meat sauce. It is so versatile. You can make tacos with it, throw in some pasta and make a meal out of it, or make a pizza out of it, like a meat pizza. And I'll show you a little bit later on how I'm going to be making the meat pizza. So to do this, I just simply add in a little bit of oil into a pot, add in 1 onion that I have diced up until it is nice and sauteed. I add in some seasoning to help the onions sweat a bit, like some salt and black pepper. I then add in half of a family-sized pack of the ground meat. I give everything a very good mush and to incorporate the onions and all of the seasonings throughout. As you just saw, I added in I think it was like a 10-ounce can of tomato sauce, but I'm not really sure. I also like to add in some cumin, coriander, some garlic powder, as well as the salt and the pepper that I've added in earlier. But you can just simply add in whatever you like for your family. I give everything a good mix. I also try to dilute it a little bit with a little bit of water. I would say maybe a 1/4 cup of water that I placed into the tin and washed out the tomato sauce. Cover the lid and let it cook for an additional 10 to 15 minutes until fully cooked through. As a breakfast option for my kids and myself and my husband, I love to make some banana muffins. So I have 4 ripe bananas here, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of regular sugar, and 1/2 cup, 1.5 cups of flour. You don't even have to follow along with what I'm saying. I'll have the exact measurements of everything listed down below in the description box. For those of you who are having a difficult time accessing the description box, all you need to do is click on the title of the video and it will drop down. And these are one of my all-time favorite banana muffins now. I am doing this voiceover on a Monday night, and let me tell you, there's like 3 left. They were gobbled up and they really are delicious. And next time I think I'm gonna even take away some of the white sugar and just keep it all brown sugar, just to keep it a little bit more on the healthier side. I preheat the oven to 350 degrees and I place the batter into this cupcake tray. This bakes for about 45 minutes in the oven, and it is fantabulous. You guys are gonna love it. If you make this recipe, I would love to see it on Instagram. Tag me and show me what yours came out like. My kids really don't like to have any nuts in their cupcakes or muffins, but my husband and I really do enjoy it. So for 1/2 of them, I will be adding in nuts, and for the other 1/2, I won't, so that my kids can actually eat them. While the banana muffins are cooking, I also put in some corn on the cobs to boil over there, and I'm checking in on the meat stew, and it is completely cooked through and looking really nice and delicious. And I'll take you fast forward a couple of days into the future and show you what I make the meat sauce with. Hey, so I just got back from work right now and I wanted to show you, I guess, a clip of how I would normally do the meal prep, how I would use the meal prep that I prepped earlier in a regular weekday. So I had the minced meat that we made into a meat sauce. I have these pizza crusts that I made. I batch cooked them when I had like a lot of sourdough left, and I made some pizzas and I froze them. But you could use ready-made pizza crust and do what I'm doing now. So I'll take you along and I'll show you just how I might make this dinner. So I placed in some of this buffalo wing sauce onto the pizza crust. I would normally have used a barbecue sauce, but this is what I had on hand. I then followed that up with placing the meat sauce into the middle of the pizza crust. This pizza crust did come out amazingly delicious, but it was a little bit too thick, but it was still amazing. I had some homemade pesto sauce in the fridge, so I'll be drizzling the pizza with that. And as well, I'll be putting in some sweet, spicy pickled jalapenos, which are unbelievably delicious and such a good accompaniment to the pizza. I then put in some more sauce over the top and bake it in the oven until everything is heated through. The kids absolutely devoured this, and it was so delicious and something different for the kids. And I was a very happy mommy that my kids did not give me a hard time about eating this meal. Another way that I use my meal prep is I took some of the potatoes that I batched cooked as well as the eggs, and I made a Niçoise salad, and that's what my husband and I took for lunch one of the other days. And if you would like to get a few more ideas of how I meal prep or how I use my meal prep in my actual meals during the week, I have a bunch of videos here already on my channel and I just screenshotted them for you. I'll also have them linked down below for your convenience. So I'm pretty much done for today. I was actually shocked that I actually accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish for my meal prep. So you never know, just start and maybe you'll be done and it'll just get the pace going. I really did not want to be meal prepping on a Saturday night. That's the last thing I wanted to do, but I just gave myself that push and that encouragement and I finished everything, which is amazing. Now I don't have to do it tomorrow. I'm just waiting for a few things to cool off. The muffins are about to come out and I will show you just what they look like. I'm so happy that you guys tuned in and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new and I'll see you all next time. Eat. Do you like it? Yummy?